Did you what? That was fine. What was wrong?
I was supposed to say do too, and I said doo-doo. That's not going to work. I can't say doo-doo.
All the doo-dah day. Okay.
This is This is Winging It, the somewhat whimsical, certainly whirring, decidedly wonky, seldom weighty, endlessly well-intentioned, and wildly witty show about music where one knows what's coming and the other doesn't. And this happens in between both proper to ensure you can spend anywhere. From 15 minutes to, I don't know, it can be up to like 90 minutes plus with us. Very, very often. Frequently, some might say. So, let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I'm sure you have no guesses. This is going to be kind of fun, though. This is a little bit different. And are you ready?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready. Now that we've been here for quite a while, but I'm ready to do the show. It's a shame the things that the viewers miss. By the way, we've got new viewers in several new countries.
Tell me.
Want to greet them? Oh, you want me to say what they are?
Please. I mean, we would be remiss not to, and I'm not aware.
Indeed, we've got the Ivory Coast. You'll forgive us for not saying Côte d'Ivoire or whatever it is. We're just going to be vulgar Americans and say the Ivory Coast. Do you know how it's actually said?
I don't.
Côte d'Ivoire or whatever? It's like French or something.
Beautiful.
Tonga. Hello, Tonga.
Oh.
Kiribati.
Oh, wow.
Latvia. We're really moving all over Eastern Europe there.
Wow, welcome.
And Lithuania. Hello.
Lithuania. Hey.
I think that brings it up to about 90, actually, in all. But you got to get together and listen 90 every month, and not just over taking turns.
We got to do that. And share with your friends. Share us liberally. Yes. I mean, all right. So we are actually going to talk about something quite interesting. And this time we're going to be talking about, are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Best acting performances by musicians in movies.
Oh, excellent. I love that. It's a great topic.
So kind of fun, kind of interesting. So we're really going to focus on the top 10, but I will go ahead and share some that fall outside of the top 10 as well. So are you ready?
Yeah, great.
So any guesses as to who might appear on here? Did you want to throw some of those out? Because I know you always have some
thoughts. Can I say it aloud?
Yes, please.
I have a feeling Sting is going to appear in there.
Okay. Anything else?
And,
anyone else?
David Bowie is probably going to show up.
Okay.
And honestly, if there were any justice, I would say Madonna. However, I don't think she will get that much respect.
There's
for
no
her
justice.
Acting. Yes, yeah.
No justice.
You don't think she was good in Evita?
I mean, yeah, but then there's other stuff like Who's That Girl? I'm just saying.
I'm trying to overlook everything else.
I think we're talking
I'm not talking about Dick Tracy here.
We're talking about the whole body of work, okay?
Not Dick Tracy, no.
See, there's too many. You have to exclude this, exclude that. So,
but her cameo in Die Another Day. Come on, you know.
I mean,
the fans hated it. I didn't, but the fans hated it.
Yeah.
But okay, no, I will go with those, though. Sting and Bowie.
All right, so they may appear outside of the top 10 or in another area, but we're going to focus on the top 10, and I will let you know when and if they appear.
I will also say, I don't know exactly, in the minds of the people who made the list, are they considering artists who are known as much for their acting as they are music?
This is Billboard.com.
Okay. Or is it just like musicians who did an acting job that was great? Like, for example, Cher. Cher is every bit as known for acting as she is for music, if not more. So I don't know if she counts. But anyway, I will go with Sting and Bowie. Continue, please.
Interesting. Well, we shall see what happens, but I'm going to start with number 10 on this list. Again, this is Billboard.com. So number 10 is Justin Timberlake in The Social Network. This was 2010.
Oh.
So, interesting. The film's portrayal of Napster co-founder Sean Parker leans so heavily onto our familiarity with Justin Timberlake's brand of 90% charm and 10% BS that when he actually gets busted and ousted at the film's end, it's legitimately shocking. We never, ever see it coming. And I agree. Did you see The Social Network?
Believe it or not, I did not. I heard there were great performances.
Oh, my God.
Eisenberg. I love Jesse Eisenberg so much. I did not see it yet.
He did. Okay, it was 2010. So, I mean, he probably would have.
All right. I dropped the ball big time.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I will say he is incredible as an actor. I mean, I will say, I think part of being a musician is there is acting involved. There just is. And I was just watching one of those masterclass things with St. Vincent, who I love, and she said it's a performance, right?
Yeah.
You're performing. That's why a lot of people have stage personas. I do not have one. I know you have one. I do not have one. I'm just kind of me. But Professor P. Soup is a persona.
Yeah.
It's not David Moore. It's Professor P. Soup. It's a different thing, right? It's your
Whatever you say.
well.
No, you're right.
That's why
of
you
course,
have a
of
different
course you're
name.
Right. Of course, you're right.
You know, so it's very interesting. So,
Well, and what does the professor always say? I say music is theater, and that's what these kids who are saying this now, like was the St. Vincent, all those kids that are saying that, it's because they got it from me because I was saying that when they were in diapers.
yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if they got it from you, but I mean, Gaga clearly performance, Madonna perform. Everyone's it's a performance. Look at what Taylor Swift just did with her Eras tour. I mean, it's the highest grossing ever.
How in the world did I not think of Lady Gaga?
I mean, come
fantastic
on.
fantastic actress.
I mean, she's so she's not. I mean, she's not right here. She's not on this list. But this is Justin Timberlake. So 2010. So he's starting the top 10. Let's see who else is next. So Dolly Parton in 9 to 5, 1980.
Oh, wow.
So very interesting. So setting aside how disturbingly topical this 1980 film feels now, which it does, right? Themes around all too relevant issues like sexual harassment, as we know, in the workplace, and gender wage gap, all that stuff, right? Which is what it addresses. That movie addresses all of that. And instead, let's focus on how perfectly cast Dolly Parton is in the role of Dorothy Rhodes. And I even love the name, right? She was already a country music superstar by 1980, but 9 to 5 marked her first ever movie role, playing 1/3 of a trio. And again, Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
And Lily Tomlin, I know.
Oh my God, who live out their darkest revenge fantasies against a misogynistic, vile boss, which is Dabney Coleman, who was
Perfection.
amazing.
I love Dabney Coleman. Yeah.
So initially, obviously, as you know, the Fonda and Tomlin's characters believe in all the office gossip, and they think that Parton is, boinking the big guy. But then they understand because she has that high hair, the super tight outfits and that red, the red fingernails and all that stuff. So anyway, I think she did an amazing job in that. Now, of course, she would go on later to do stuff like Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which is one of my all-time faves because she sings in it a lot too, right? But I think this was good. I do think she was Dolly Parton in this, with a little bit of Dora Lee, if that makes sense. So I feel like Justin Timberlake disappeared and the character came out. I do feel like she was a little Dolly Parton. I feel like the same way as I do with Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. It's still a little Dolly. So I do think she does a good job, but I think I don't lose Dolly. Mm-hmm. And I like to lose them. That means they're really great actors. So I think she did a great job. And I like 9 to 5. What do you think?
Well, Dolly is certainly a great actress. It's another one. I mean, it's not like Cher, but she's very well known for her acting. I had forgotten that 9 to 5 was the first, but I mean, that cast is phenomenal.
It's great.
But I mean, she and Best Little Whorehouse, of course. She actually said one time, Dolly. She said, "I think I'd make a better whore than a secretary," But
there it was.
She said that, yeah. But honestly, even in like Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone, where she's basically playing a country singer, she's playing Dolly to the hilt. It's still she was good. Yeah, I mean, it's a comedy. A lot of people dismiss, but they shouldn't. But there are scenes that she has to do some wonderful acting.
I kind of dismiss it.
No, but she's called upon to do some good acting at times. And 9 to 5. Of course, I don't believe I've seen it since its release, honestly.
Wow.
But I remember I did like it very much. And of course, on a side note, she did win an Oscar for the song that year.
Right. I mean, it's a great song. Yeah. Still, when you hear that, don't. You're like, I'm so in. I'm totally in. So I thought that was a really great one. What about Jennifer Hudson for Dreamgirls in 2006? Now, I have to say, Jennifer Hudson, in case you don't remember, she was on American Idol and she did not win, it's still a crime. Right. It was stolen. It's not okay. She's got one of the best voices I've ever heard. But she went on to star in this movie with Beyonce, right? Absolutely incredible. She disappeared. Jennifer Hudson was no longer there and she was Effie. And it's just amazing. So by now, it's accepted practice that the breakout star of a TV talent competition isn't always the winner. Right? Which obviously it's what happened. with Jennifer Hudson, who placed 7th. Oh, I can't. It still hurts me.
Oh, really?
On
7th.
the 3rd season of American Idol, beat out hundreds of other actresses, including her season's winner, the amazing Fantasia Barrino. Amazing. For the role of Effie White in the 2006 film adaptation of 1981's Dreamgirls musical, and walked away with a Best Supporting Actress Oscar.
Phenomenal.
It was, I mean, she was jaw-droppingly good in this. Better than anybody. I mean, and Jamie Foxx is in it. I love Jamie Foxx. A brilliant actor, all those things, but amazing. So she took it over really with, I love how they say it in here, a royal bluster that makes her regular voice and presence seem startlingly tame by comparison. It's true. It was a great cinematic moment. I've gone back to revisit it many times. Did you see Dreamgirls?
Can you reach into that cabinet over there and get out my sackcloth and dust and ashes? I need to repent and roll around in them. No, I did not see Dreamgirls. It's a disgrace, I know. But there are a number of times, I think, actually, when the second place... I thought she placed second, honestly.
No.
7th?
7th.
Like, the second place winner has gone on to big success several times. Wasn't Kelly Clarkson second?
No, she was first.
Oh, she was first.
She was
okay.
the first
What
winner.
about Susan Boyle? She was second.
She was AGT, and she was. I don't know if she actually won. I think she just was a
But
phenomenon.
anyway, she became famous.
Not
for a
like
while.
this.
No, not like Jennifer Hudson. Hell no. But no, I'm afraid I did not. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I'm ashamed
God.
of myself.
So Dreamgirls, I mean, it's a good movie. It's well done. It's kind of what you would expect it to be. It's not. It's got this dramatic moments, and there's some history that happens, but it's not the most brilliant movie, but it's a good movie, and it's got great music in it and great actresses in it. And what Jennifer Hudson does in this movie is incredible. And I thought she should get an Oscar, and she did. Amazing. Supporting Oscar, but amazing.
It's funny. I couldn't help what flashed through my mind when you said it wasn't a great movie, but it had great music. The first thing that came to mind was Purple Rain, and I'm thinking, I know it's got to be better than that. And I know there ain't a performance. I don't even have to see Jennifer Hudson's performance to know she was better than anybody in Purple Rain.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie is better. But no, I'm afraid I haven't, and I'm sure it's fantastic. But
ironically, Purple Rain is number 7 with
No!
Prince, 1984. Absolutely. With 5 albums already under his sparkly belt, Prince had established himself as an immensely gifted musician way before 1984's Purple Rain, which is true. Mm-hmm. It was very weird. I remember when it came out, hearing his music and then seeing him in this movie, I was like, what the hell? But he is a character, but it's essentially Prince acting like Prince. Sort of. Yeah. So it's very weird. But the film, which was his acting debut, showed that his talents expanded way beyond the studio. Now, I just want to go ahead and say they don't. I love Prince.
The performances
I love him.
were incredible by everybody. The time, everybody, And,
performances were next level.
Baby,
but the
I'm
acting,
a Star, mind-blowing. However, as a star actor, no, he's not. He isn't.
Awful.
Yeah.
The film, which was his acting debut, as I said, showed his talents, but granted, the plot mirrored his own life. That's what I'm saying, following a troubled singer, trying to juggle strained family relationships and a budding career. Yet it so brilliantly translated Prince's rock star intensity into the big screen. Now, I agree that the performances were next level, like you say, but the plot, the characters, the acting was abysmal.
Yeah.
It was absolutely, and it's a really stupid plot. It just, it's a really, I wish it weren't. I've seen it so many times. It's Prince. There's nothing like those performances.
No.
But yeah, so Prince set his musical standard even higher by anchoring it with the with award-winning soundtrack, considered his magnum opus by fans and critics alike. And I agree, Purple Rain is everything.
Great album, yeah.
It is everything. So I'm not surprised to see him on this list, but if I'm thinking about acting chops, he does not belong
Which
here.
is, I might have misunderstood, as I so often do.
No.
But I thought the category was about acting
Same,
chops.
right?
I
but
do
it's
think,
not.
I seem to recall, the
I guess
Raspberry.
they think he did good. I don't.
The Raspberry Awards. I thought he got that.
Yeah.
Year, honestly.
I'm just
it was a
telling
real
you.
bitch slapping classic. Great story there.
Yeah.
Smack some hoes.
Yeah, why not? I mean, just go ahead. I'm just saying. I think they think it's good. So Billboard is saying, hey, it was a good acting run for him, and I disagree, but hey, it's their chart. So here's another one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Madonna, A League of Their Own, 1992. So by the early 1990s, Madonna was, in the words of A League of Their Own producer, hot stuff. She was Madonna, said lead actress Gina Davis. We wondered if we were going to be able to talk to her. Not only did she talk, But she made everyone Rice Krispie treats on the set. So how sweet is that? And she more than held her own in the eventual Basic Cable Classic while acting and sliding alongside her fellow Rockford Peaches. Now, I will say, she did a great job in this. She played a foul-mouthed, overly sexual kind of hoe. So, I mean, apple tree far not, right? So, I mean, I love Madonna.
Suggesting it's not much of a stretch.
It's not. I love Madonna, but Madonna is provocative. She's very sexual. She's all those things. So seeing her in a role like this where she's playing an overtly sexual person, in a time where that is repressed in women, it wasn't a stretch to me. She did a good job, but it's kind of like, it's again almost like the Dolly Parton thing where it's a little bit of Madonna being Madonna.
What year did you say that was?
That was 1992.
I think that might be the year I saw it, because I think I saw it, but I may remember it was her and, of course, the great Gina Davis.
Yeah.
And Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah.
Great cast. Who was the guy? There was the guy. Who was the guy?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Oh, good
my
Lord.
God.
Yes, I obviously have forgotten everything.
Squiggy was in it, too.
No way. Mm-hmm. Michael McKean? Oh, fuck.
No. Squiggy.
Well, he was Lenny. That's
yeah. So I will say that I think she did a good job, but again, it's not a stretch. And I think I'd like to see the stretch. Evita was a stretch, and I like that. The rest of the characters I feel that she's played, or versions of herself she's played, have not been a stretch. So I'd like to see her stretch.
Breathless Mahoney and Dick Tracy was not a stretch.
No.
Okay. However, like I said, I feel vindicated that she was on the list someplace, and I don't think it was totally out of place like Prince, for example. I think this one's a little more on the money, although Evita would have been a better pick for me. But I do feel vindicated because I do think Madonna displays talent in all those areas.
I think she displays talent. I don't think it's acting. Right. I think writing songs and being a provocateur and being a fashion icon, and I think all those things are her calling. I get that she tried acting, and I'm glad we're moving away from it. That's nice. All right, the next one is Judy Garland, The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Wow. Given that her role as Dorothy Gale is one of the most indelible in celluloid history, it's almost inconceivable that MGM initially wanted Shirley Temple for the part. Wow. Regardless of where she came in the pecking order, the magnetic Garland, who was just 18 when she shot it, made it her own, as well as the movie's signature song, Somewhere Over the Rim of, obviously amazing. At the 1940 Academy Awards ceremony, she was presented with a special juvenile Oscar for her performance in Oz, as well as that year's Babes in Arms. And she would go on to be one of Hollywood's greatest stars over the next 2 decades. So amazing. Obviously, if we think about it, an amazing performance in 1954's remake of A Star is Born.
Yeah, and there's a good example of someone who's known as much for their acting as they are for music.
For sure.
She was a recording star, of course, but and a great singer, great actress, an absolute phenomenon. And I'm telling you, I happened to cross not too terribly long ago her television show that was on, and Liza was on at like 17. Another one, an absolute powerhouse. Both
absolutely, both of them. I do think she was a double threat. I do absolutely think she had it, and I think she was lovely as well. So I think she kind of had it all going on, and I can't believe at 18 she pulled off such an emotional role. It was an emotional roller coaster, that movie. It is very kind of creepy and disturbing and weird and off the beaten path, and I thought she did a really great job. So 18, and then obviously that just beautiful voice, unlike anybody else's voice, just absolutely beautiful. So amazing. I do think she belongs here. I think this is probably one of 2 that I think really belong here.
And she really did carry the movie. If you think back, how often is it that one actor is on screen that much?
Did you say actor?
Yeah. Isn't that pretentious? I love that.
Not an actor.
Yeah. Well, that's used interchangeably nowadays.
No, it's actor.
Yeah. No,
actor.
Actor.
My goodness.
Not often is it an actor is on the screen of a film. Yes, I said film too. For that percentage of the run time.
Oh my God.
But she's on almost the whole time, and she has to do, like you said, she has to do everything.
It's amazing.
At 18, it was, and her daughter. Good Lord, Liza's probably going to turn up on here somewhere too, because she's a phenomenon on both fronts as well. So.
She being Judy Garland, there again, being so young, that was a very troubled set though. So there's some dark stuff behind that. So if you want to find out more about the darkness behind the making of The Wizard of Oz, I urge you to check it out, because it was not fun and games for her or the cast. So
yeah, and we heard some stories about those little people too. You know.
Yeah, not good stuff. The next one, strangely and interestingly and maybe ironically, is Lady Gaga's A Star is Born, 2018. It may not seem like much of a stretch for Gaga's big screen breakout to come as an aspiring pop star. It would be a mistake, however, to assume that Gaga is playing a Hollywood-fied version of herself in A Star is Born. While there are certainly parallels between the Just Dance singer and her alter ego Ally, this isn't the story of Lady Gaga's rise. Now, have you seen this movie?
Yes, I did see this movie, yes.
Okay. So I will say, at first, I was a little concerned that it was going to be terrible. I love Bradley Cooper.
Your fears were justified, yeah.
They were not.
Sorry.
They were not. And so I thought what they did, their chemistry was amazing. I thought her acting was amazing. She did a great job. She's an incredible actress. And I think that, they have an undeniable chemistry. I think it works. And I do think she wasn't playing herself, which most of the people on this list so far I've said were playing themselves, most of the people. But she did a really great job. So Ally, actually, in the movie, is resigned to her unremarkable life, and then the unexpected happens, which I like. But the second she takes the stage to do the La Vie en Rose, you can just see how good it's going to be. So it's a weird plot that they tried to change for current day. I don't know if it worked 100%, but I thought that her acting in it was really great. So it goes on to say here, obviously, she's got incredible artistry. We've seen her. I don't know how many times I've watched Monsters Ball, her full concert so many times. She's absolutely an artist. She's breakthrough. She is off the beaten path. She is pushing limits. She's doing all those things. So I think not only the song, which she won an Oscar for again, but I think that this was a great movie. I've seen it probably 3 times total, just because it kept coming on TV. And again, not the best movie in the world, but I think she did a really great job in it. So I'm not surprised she's on this list as the crossover.
No, and did you notice, folks, that was the second actor or singer in a row who did the Star is Born.
Yeah.
However, that was not the film in question with Judy Garland. But the in between those two, I mentioned this in passing because these are 2 other actors. Sorry, 2 other singers who distinguished themselves. That would be Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson, who were in the 1970s version, which I saw a million times and had the soundtrack of. But I did see Star is Born. I know Lady Gaga is a terrific actress, wonderful
Absolutely.
actress. And a visionary and a performer in every imaginable way. She is a genius. And I didn't particularly love the movie, although she was great in it. I will grant that.
It's not a great movie.
No, it isn't.
But I think their acting was great in it. Again, I think the screen adaptation, the screenplay for this is I don't think it translated as well as the old one did. But I like that they tried, and I like that we got to see that pairing, and I think they both did a good job with a weird script.
Yeah, everybody knows Bradley Cooper, but it was a great opportunity for Lady Gaga to distinguish herself as an actress, and she did,
Absolutely. What I really like, there is a moment that they mention here when Jackson, he's drunk, which is Bradley Cooper, he tells her she's ugly.
Oh, I forgot that.
In the film, and the pain of her worst insecurity flashes across her face. And I remember thinking, the one person you're supposed to be safe with, who's supposed to love you and supposed to see you the ways that other people don't see you, says that you're ugly.
Wow.
How much destruction.
Wow.
That would
forgot
cause.
that. I remember him telling her he loved her nose. Which, it's a beautiful nose, let's face it.
But then he demolishes her.
I forgot that. Well, I remember...
She's in the bathtub, and he just demolishes her because he's drunk.
And I remember him going on stage with the award. Oh, it was absolutely depressing as hell. But no doubt the performances were worth it.
Absolutely. So the next one is Ice Cube in Boys in the Hood. This was 1991. Now, I saw Boys in the Hood. I don't remember it a lot because I watched it a long time ago. But if there's a thesis statement to the first half decade of Ice Cube's entertainment career, it could be one of the Doughboys' most famous lines. Wow. It could be one of the Doughboys' most famous lines. Either they don't know, don't show, don't care about what's going on in the hood. That was the backbone of NWA and the underlying theme of Boys in the Hood, and the rapper born O'Shea Jackson Jr. embodied it, whether in his lyrics or his acting. Now, I will say I love Ice Cube as an artist, and I also love him as an actor, but I have to ask the question again. Was this role a big leap for him? And for me, that matters. If I feel like you're stepping outside of yourself to perform a role, I'm more inclined to be impressed with you. But if you're just kind of sort of doing you a little bit in a role, then I feel like that's pretty easy. I mean, I could be Christina in a movie. But if Christina disappears for you and I'm whatever this character is, that to me is acting. But I guess for them, they have a little bit lower standards.
Yeah, I mean, if it isn't really acting, if it's just like displaying attitude all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's like, yeah, that's your musical persona, that's your acting. However, I have to give Ice Cube major credit because not only is he an actor, but he's also a director. In fact, he's a very successful director, incredibly enough, And he's been in a lot of movies. He's a legitimate movie star.
Oh, yeah.
I think I only saw him no, wait, I take it back. He's wonderful in 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes. Oh, good Lord, yes. I got it. Even though he's playing Ice Cube, he's playing it beautifully. He's playing it funny as hell.
But it's that's the thing, though. Yes, it's good. I guess I'm glad they found...
It isn't really acting, though. Not that,
is it?
No,
is it,
isn't.
though?
No,
That's
honestly,
what,
it's not. But whatever it is, I love it. No, but
whatever it is, you love it.
It isn't noteworthy, and it's hard to picture him doing that. Oh, I just give him credit for his being a director, but
of course.
But yeah, and he can, he does what he needs to do in this. He works perfectly in the films. I mean, the captain is absolutely hilarious in those movies. But yeah, I don't think he quite makes. I was thinking of others,
Yeah, I mean, again, I like that they're going there, but again, somebody who plays this character in this kind of a movie, I don't see a big stretch, but I do appreciate the fact that he stepped outside of what he's used to doing and tried acting. I love that all of these people did that, and I think obviously they all did it successfully. Whether or not I loved it doesn't matter because it was a success for them, right? So, next one is one that you brought up, but not for the film, you thought. So
Okay.
Barbara Streisand, The Way We Were, 1973. So a single scene is enough to prove a point. On one of those New York nights, Barbara Streisand's Katie runs into Uberwasp hubby, played by Robert Redford, who she had a thing for in college, out at a bar. She takes him home. He's wasted. They go to bed together. And Streisand's face, as she reclines back onto the pillow next to this man of her dreams, toggles between nerves and relief. It's happening. This improbable scenario she's fantasized about, only he's completely passed out. Right? So she teases his hair in a gesture that's as sweet as it is gently creepy. I do think, I'm just going to tell you, I think Barbara Streisand is an incredible actress. I've seen her in so many things. Honestly, Funny Girl, right? I can't even think. There's so many roles. She's brilliant. She's brilliant in this role. She's an incredible.
Yentl. Oh my goodness.
She's one of the most amazing singers I've ever heard. There's no voice like hers. It's so beautiful. So I think this is absolutely, really, really an incredible moment for her. And I do think she belongs at number 2. Some of these I don't believe should be in the top 10, but I think she really belongs there.
Streisand, yeah, there's no getting around it. She's an absolute gold standard singer.
Oh,
but like
Platinum,
you said, Funny
platinum.
Girl, Hello Dolly.
Hello,
the
Dolly.
light stuff. And I grew up as a theater brat, as you know, and I saw so many Barbara Streisand movies. We're talking about The Owl and the Pussycat, and you remember that one?
I do.
Yeah, Yentl, and a lot of good dramatic stuff. Nuts with Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh
right?
my God, that
Yes.
was one of the most amazing performances. And then later on, Meet the Parents.
Yeah, oh God, forgive her for that.
No,
Yeah.
oh my God, do not forgive her for that. She's funny. She's hilarious. Think about, she has a comedic side. Hilarious.
I've heard some of the dialogue, and it depresses me to no end that
Have you seen those movies?
actors of her caliber and Dustin Hoffman.
Have you seen those movies?
No, thank you. I have not.
You can't bag on movies you've never seen.
I've learned to tolerate Ben Stiller. I've learned to appreciate Ben Stiller very much.
You can't bag on him. You can't bag on him. because you've never seen them. They're really funny and they're really good. And she's a comedian.
Yep.
I don't know what you're thinking. She's a comedian. She was funny in those lighter roles. She's a comedian.
Sure, she can be funny. Of course she can.
Okay, well, so then...
Her and George Siegel, Alan the Pussycat, great stuff. I mean, she is funny. A dramatic actor, Yentl. I mean, she's great. She's
you can't bag on movies you've never seen.
No.
You can't do that because, I'm sorry. I mean, that's an amazing cast.
You know what it is? I'll end up somehow coming across it, and I'll repent in dust and ashes like I did before when I was confessing to being a wicked fool for bagging on the '90s, because I found out that there actually was some good music in the '90s.
There are great.
When you're as old as I am, you think of something as, that was the '80s, but it really wasn't. So there was plenty of good stuff. I mean, no doubt. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, Streisand, absolutely 100% a superstar in both areas. Undisputedly great actress and singer, so yeah, hell yeah. But as for The Way We Were itself, I saw it when it came out. I'm a theater brat, but have I seen it since then? No, honestly, I haven't. You know why? And I think the thing is, what does the lyric say? What's too painful to remember? We simply choose to forget. Well, I think that's how I feel about that movie. However, maybe it wasn't as bad as I recall. Wow. We said it in sync.
What the fuck? Oh my God! You need to go back.
Okay, maybe it was good.
You need to go watch all these movies that are on this list and then get back to me. We'll have a follow up show.
All right. Now next you'll be telling me Love Story was a good movie.
Oh no, I can't. I can't say that. I cannot say that. All right. So number one, you're not going to be surprised, is Cher in Moonstruck, 1987. Yeah. Now Cher is one of those people that should have been an actress and not a singer. I'm just going to say it straight up because I do not like her singing at all. So I think she's a really amazing actress. I mean, I even like in Mask, in Burlesque, she's just amazing. But someone like Judy Garland certainly had a more impactful Hollywood career overall. But when it comes to single performance from an acting singer or a singing actor or whatever you want to call it, Cher's Oscar-winning turn in this movie is everything.
If you don't like this, and all I can say is snap out of it.
Oh,
I couldn't have passed it up.
Oh no!
We're talking about Nick Cage, and Nick Cage, the most over-the-top actor. You either love him or you hate him. I love him.
It's a 50-50, man.
That movie was good, but she's done so many. I mean, Silkwood, good Lord, she's done so many fantastic performances.
This role is she's an amazing actress. So I do think she belongs here. Number one, probably, to be honest.
Well, there are, I mean, I was thinking her and Streisand are the two most obvious ones.
Other ones, so that was our top 10. So I'm going to say some other ones that, and we can chat about them briefly. Mark Wahlberg, Boogie Nights, 1997. I mean, it's a weird role, and I think he did a good job. I think he's embarrassed of this role. Though,
I've never seen it, and I'm kind of glad.
It's a very good movie. Burt Reynolds is in it. It's very impactful. It's very disturbing. Julianne Moore's in it. I mean, it's an all-star cast. It's a very well done movie about the porn industry.
Yeah, the porn industry.
So I think he did a good job. He's number 12, though. I don't know. I'm not sure about this, but Queen Latifah in Chicago, 2002. I want to talk about this. Queen Latifah in Chicago. I was floored with how good she was. Now, I love Everybody in Chicago. I love that movie, but Queen Latifah, for me, it's one of those that I rewound and watched a few times because it's just that good. I just can't believe her voice, her performance. She looks beautiful. The whole thing is just kind of incredible. So, any thoughts on her in Chicago?
Yeah, well,
before you go, she's a rapper.
Yeah,
she's an incredible rapper who I loved growing up. Ladies First was a huge song. I remember that. She was huge in the rap community, and I was a big rap lover, so I knew Queen Latifah back then. And then I remember thinking, Queen Latifah's in it? The same Queen Latifah? And man, when she played Mama, I can't handle it. So good.
Mama. Yeah, now this is one I can speak to because not only have I seen Chicago, it's in my collection. And, I mean, maybe everybody in it is fantastic. I mean,
my God.
You get performances that you would never... Musical performances...
Richard Gere.
Musical performances from people who are not known for music, like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Renee Zellweger. It's incredible. But
I wish they had better singing voices, but that's me.
Yeah, but
it's a musical.
But yeah, the dancing and the acting
musical.
and everything, it is a very successful musical. And I got to really hand it to Queen Latifah. Shines as Mama, like you said. She's excellent. And it's just like instantly, this is there. If you throw a rock into a crowd, you're probably going to hit a rapper turned actor. Okay, that's the way it is. But she really, and some of them they play themselves, and that's fine. Like Ice-T. Now the longest running actor on a drama series. But she can really act.
She did not play Queen Latifah. She played Mama. Queen Latifah is gone. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Other ones that showed up on this list, Bjork's on this list for Dancer in the Dark for 2000. So I've heard that's an incredible movie. I have not seen it, but I've heard it's incredible. M&M's with 8 Mile. M&M's? Let me try that again. Eminem with 8 Mile, 2002. I saw that. A great movie.
He totally nailed it playing Eminem, I gotta say.
Yeah, playing Eminem, pretty good. Will Smith and Ali, 2002 as well. Amazing performance.
Will Smith has done so many great performances. I'm surprised I didn't think of it, and I'm surprised because I'm thinking of him as a rapper and not a singer. However, as a musician, as a recording artist, he definitely should have been way up there ahead of some of those people because he's a major star and a very good actor, too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Until the slap heard across the world, which was a very bad idea and very stupid.
Even movies that you go, oh, okay, I don't feel great after seeing that, but you're still knocked out by the performances, like Pursuit of Happiness. He was fantastic.
Men in Black. Even Men in Black.
7, what the hell is it? 7 ounces? What the hell is it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's that one. Oh, God, good Lord.
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Fucking.
Come on. Him and Tommy Lee Jones.
I can't. So, moving on, David Bowie, The Man Who Fell to Earth, 1976, appears on this list. Olivia Newton-John in Grease, 1978.
Really?
Ice-T, New Jack City, 1991. What was the really about Olivia Newton-John? What the fuck?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Grease. I'm one of those people who just really doesn't like Grease that much.
I don't give a fuck.
When I think about it, she was good. Yeah.
She was brilliant in that, and she was already a singer, and she turned actress. She did an amazing job as Sandy, so you can't bag on it. You gotta just be chill.
I'll stand by Xanadu any day. Yeah, no, she's fine. I like her as an actress. I love her as a singer. Yeah.
Bette Midler in The Rose, 1979, an incredible performance. Obviously, just next level. I didn't know she could act. It was amazing. Other things, Diana Ross in Lady Sings the Blues, 1972. I have got to give it to her. She cries 800,000 times in this movie with absolute sincerity and heartbreak.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
As a theater brat, I got to say, I saw Lady Sings the Blues when it came out. I was 11. Saw it several times. She also came to mind along with Cher because she has distinguished herself as an actress. And I think she got nominated for this one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. I'm pretty. She got an Oscar nod.
She got an Oscar nod, yeah. And anybody who hasn't seen this film, she's playing Billie Holiday, and
so good.
It's absolutely wrenching and brilliant.
It is. It's absolutely gut wrenching. Other things, Meatloaf in Fight Club. He was absolutely incredible in that. Oh my God! I mean, absolutely incredible. Like you said earlier, Chris Christopherson in A Star Is Born, 1976. Obviously, absolutely amazing in that movie. Harry Belafonte and Carmen Jones, 1954. The list goes on and on. Those are just a few of them. But as you can see, look, Beyonce Dreamgirls, 2006. So as you can see, there is a long and very, very distinguished list of people who are musicians and crossed over to doing acting. And again, I say with mixed results. The top 10, I don't agree with a lot of the top 10, but they are, great attempts. And I say if you have the opportunity to do one or the other, if you're an actor and you sing or you rap and you want to try that, great. If you're a singer or rapper and you want to try acting and you have the opportunity, why not? But that doesn't mean it's going to be Oscar worthy, but it would be noteworthy.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much everybody does it now, honestly. You know what? It was interesting about New Jack City, and it's like Ice-T obviously he's playing a police, and he's been playing police for like 30 years, but the attitude is still there, and I think that's it. But he's good at what he does. A lot of those actors are good at what they do, but they're largely playing themselves. I give them credit. But Diana Ross, however, good Lord, that was the fact that she was playing a singer means nothing. The performance was out of this world, and I think the fact that she's not further up on the list would have been due to maybe just people not remembering because it was so long ago. But I'm old enough to remember. So
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was a fun topic, very interesting, and obviously the list is 100 people, so there's more, so maybe we'll do a part 2 some other time and talk about some additional people on that list, but again, I think it was interesting and fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it, David, and hopefully all the folks, as you call them, enjoyed it in our 90 countries, right? 90 countries?
90 countries. We want to hear from you all this month.
Damn. Anyway, thank you so much for listening again, and that only leaves for you to say,
let's fly this coop.
This has been Winging It, a presentation of Birds of a Feather on What the Flock Radio.